to my channel. Today I'm here with my best friend Matilda and we are going to bake melting moments.
So if you don't know what melting moments are, they're cookies that melt in your mouth.
Let's get started.
So what you will need is 175 grams of plain flour,
75 grams of butter.
It needs to be soft. 100 grams of icing sugar,
100 grams of custard powder,
a pinch of salt in an egg cup,
and half a teaspoon of baking powder.
A greased tray, or you can always put baking parchment.
But we didn't have any today, so we just going to do that. And finally, a big bowl to mix everything together.
So first what you will need to do is sift the icing sugar into the bowl. Then you need to turn the oven on up to 180 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, gas Mark 4.
Ask an adult to supervise whenever you use an oven because it can get hot.
Then we will need to add the butter. Make sure it's soft and cut up into small pieces. And put the butter in the bowl.
Make sure you wash your hands because it can get a bit messy. So now we are mixing together the butter and the icing sugar.
So if you have an electric whisk, that's perfect, but you can also use a KitchenAid or whatever you have at home that works well. So just whisk it together until it's nice and smooth.
So basically,
it was into lots of little clumps, so you have to turn your whisk off and clump them back together, and then
with a spoon.
Perfect and nice and creamy like this.
That's what it should look like by the end of it. Now you need to sift in the flour,
custard powder
and baking powder into the butter, the creamy butter. So let's do it.
And a pinch of salt. And you have to sift everything, remember. Custard powder. And the baking powder.
And finally, the pinch of salt too. So
once that is all in the bowl, you need to fold it in. If you don't know what folding in means, it's basically you turn around and then you
I'm trying to.
You turn around and then you fold
It's not
it
really
in.
working.
It's so it doesn't get too runny.
And so that it's got a bit of air, it keeps its air in it.
Doesn't matter. I think you need a strong girl to do it.
Okay, go on. And we are going to, once the mixture is perfect, take little
dough.
And make them into balls. Try and make them evenly sized because if you want, at the end, you can make some buttercream and put two together to make a melting moment sandwich.
Folding it in, if it's not incorporating into the mixture, just don't be scared to use your hands.
So while she's mixing, I'm just going to tell you a quick reminder to make sure you butter your baking tray or put
the grease-proof
paper on it so that they don't stick to the tray when you finish and then they'll just go.
So I've made my mixture with my hands. So as you can see, it's sticking together all right. So you have to make them into little balls. Once they're into little balls, you put them on the tray and you squash them. If the mixture is too crumbly like us, you can always try adding an egg. Normally it's supposed to work, but for us today it's not working. So we're going to add an egg. It doesn't say that in the recipe. So I've whisked an egg together in a bowl. Don't put all of it in at once, just gradually.
Be mixing while she adds in the egg. Gradually.
Bit by bit. Gradually. Yeah.
And the smallest amount in, otherwise it might not work. Yeah, it's not changing. Use your hands, work. Still adding the egg in. Well, help it a little bit, yeah, is it? Use your hands. Okay. Lily's a very loud girl. So would you like me to go in with my hands? Go, Lil.
This is really working.
Is it? So this technique invented by us two works. Whenever you have a cookie, it's not a biscuit mixture that is too dry, add a bit of egg.
Never add milk or water.
Because water, if you've ever seen flour and water, so don't add water.
Chickens are the solution.
But Lily will leave in the description box all the ingredients, so you can watch this once when you're lying in bed. And then when you make it, you just have to look through the description box and it will be perfect. You can screenshot it. So
It's always with you for your life. No, maybe you, yeah. You can make fast.
So once
Just finishing touches of mixing.
So Lily, why did you add flour onto the working?
Because I thought we were going to do it onto there and then
No, Lily.
to there. And
Lily?
make sure you always tidy up after yourself or your parents won't be very happy.
My mum never lets me bake because it makes too much mess. Check out my video that my channel with my sister, which we do loads of challenges, and it's called Lottie and LOTTI and space Matilda.
I'm just going to wash my hands.
So Lily has done a very good job. The mixture is now into a dough, which is the perfect consistency to make any sort of biscuit or cookie. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take little blobs of it. Lily's got the water running, you can't hear me. So you have to take little blobs of it and put it onto your baking tray. Sure to leave space between them, otherwise they're going to get bigger because of the baking powder. So make sure to leave a big space. There's a technique I have is to, mine are a bit big, but anyway, I don't put them here, I put them still quite close, but in between them. So
it's kind of like
yeah.
it's kind of 3 2 3 2 3 2 until you get to the end. And I think we might need a second baking tray.
Possibly, maybe not. So here we can make them closer because we are making them like this.
And we need to make them as evenly sized as possible so that afterwards we will be able to sandwich them together and they will look pretty.
Also, after we are going to squash them down. Now it's my best friend Lily's turn.
And we are going to have to flat them down. Go ahead.
So, to flatten them down, get a fork and flatten them down. You can flatten them down both ways and you'll have like a really cool shape. Do that on every cookie. Sprinkles in the mixture so then they would like melt a bit and like have swirls of colours.
Yes, good idea. For all those colour lovers and sprinkle lovers out there.
So, now they are all nice and flat. We are going to place
So now we are putting them in the oven and being very, very careful to not burn ourselves.
Perfect child. Remember to tidy up.
So I'm just
So I'm just giving the works of because I've got the flour, eggs, and even a bit of catsup. So yeah. Lily has a very adorable cat called Jen. She's black, and I'll show you her in a minute.
And my favourite part of cooking is eating, because that's the best part. So tell me down below which is your favourite part. Oh, and decorating is good too.
My favourite part is making it. I love making things.
And it is all clean. My little gem. She's my very, very beautiful little bat cat. And right now she's sleeping with her tongue out. Bye-bye.
They're nice and big.
So we only left them in 13 minutes, but I think they're ready to come out. Do you think?
I think so.
Come on. Some are even a bit burnt. Some that have been baking on the edges have slightly burnt on the sides, but not very much.
I'm just a bit black, but it's really hardly anything. I think we did a good job with inventing our own recipes.
Perfect.
This is a shout out to my ex. Heard he in love with some other chick. Yeah, that hurt me, I'll admit. Forget that, but I'm over